Buongiorno. What I want to do today is to see if I can replace the chairs here in my kitchen by other ones. If you have seen my last videos, my best friend is moving and she has 4 beautiful wooden chairs that she doesn't need anymore. And I love them, so I asked her if I could have them, and she said yes. So now they are in my garage because she brought them last Wednesday, which means that now I am going to take out the current ones, just put them outside, bring up the new ones, and then I have an idea about cushions that I could use that I have, because they are just wooden and I like to have some softer material under my bum. So yeah, let's see how that develops. This is the current situation. I have 3 chairs around the table and one there if we need one more, or often enough I just lay something on it. It's just practical. So first thing first, take those out. There they are. They are at least 15 years old, and the problem is that the fabric is attached. So I could put new covers on them, of course, but I tried to clean them, because where you put your hands all the time, or your feet, you see, I tried to clean them, it's impossible. So yeah, let's have a look. I'll take you with me. One has these armrests. And this one is not black. And all of them I would have to somehow work on, to some sand them, some paint them, or repair them. But yeah, first of all, let's see how they look in my kitchen. patriarch chair would be mine, but that would be exactly the problem. But let's see. Okay. Next step would be to see if the cushions that I have outside, if they would fit, because I would, as mentioned, like to have cushions. So let's go and get them. What I definitely do like is that they have this thing for the feet, and I think the cushions don't look right, so I would have to make own ones, which is not a problem, it's just to take a decision. So I brought back the gray cushions, but I still have those yellow ones they have lost their color in the sun, so, and they were replaced by the gray ones that I showed you before. So if I would use them as a base, cutting them in the right shape for those chairs, and then covering them with red fabrics, because then they would reflect that color of the backsplash in the kitchen, I think it would be perfect. Yeah. So I could use those and make them fit. That is already one good step. So now I'm quickly checking what every chair needs. And this one needs some glue here and here, and sanding of course, and some new paint and love, but this I take out right away before it damages my floor. For this one, apparently the wood is broken here and here. It's nailed in here, and I will have to take off this tape and then see if I can repair it. This one needs some repairing here and here, but that's a small thing. I would paint it as all the other ones, but okay, this can be replaced or not, that's not a big issue. But this leg is trembling, and the problem is that the legs at this chair are not fixed by screws, but nails. So I would have to somehow take out that nail here and replace it. But I will do it for all the 4 legs, and also replace this then, but they're not damaging, they're just making lines on the terracotta tiles, says my experience, but that is just a minor. The last one is broken here and was glued again. Maybe I can just put some wood filler in there and sand it so that it turns smooth again. So here we have screws, so that is easier to repair, and then maybe I can take the legs out and re-glue them again. So let's try to take out those nails. That was the most important one. So I'll get the other tool. 2. Yes. And the last one. Yes. And 3. Yay. So for the time being, I will just try to live with them and feel how it feels. And in the meantime, my brain will work on how we do it and what do we need and so on. And then at a certain point, I will get a kick of energy, and then I'll start working on them. But I think I'm happy about them.
Buongiorno. Hi. I have a strange level of energy today. No clue why. I generally have a high level of energy. But today is just, I stood up and I started doing things and another and wow. So the next 2 things I want to do today are cooking an apple cake and then preparing gnocchi. Both of them for my recipe playlist. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing it. So having the smell of an apple cake in the house will be great. And gnocchi are a sort of potato pasta. I can't describe it differently. If you don't know what it is, just check my recipe playlist. And they are mainly a winter dish. So it's warming my heart and my belly. Because today it's already evening, but not that late. It's just winter time, so it's dark. And it's raining, and it's cold, and it's foggy, and it's cloudy, and yeah. So both things will help to warm me up. So let's start.
Cake is ready. Look at this beauty.
Buongiorno. So yesterday I made the cake, as you have seen, and now I will eat it. It's already here. Cake, tea, and coffee waiting there, and juice. So let's see if it's good. Yummy. It's the perfect thing for a cold morning outside.
So I have to work on an assignment today as a second step after the first job interview, and I will then present the results in 1.5 weeks' time in the company's office. So and it's a bit cold inside and outside, of course, so I will again set up my cozy angle in front of the fireplace and work from there. Okay, to be in line with my cake that I made yesterday, I will go on apple cinnamon. There we go. My table. And what about a cup of tea? That's a good idea. That's my favorite cup. With a sleeping fox inside. Okay, we stay on the same line and have a tea with apple, cinnamon, and oranges. If you can make yourself a beautiful atmosphere while working, for sure it increases your motivation. So this is my setup now. I just came back from an event where I learned about how TikTok, if TikTok can and or shall be used for company communication or not. And let me tell you, I'm gonna be a TikTok star. Yeah, it was a very interesting topic, and I enjoyed hearing so many points of view about that. And now I'm back home, so I will take off this color from my face and then have dinner, which fortunately I just have to warm up because I cooked it yesterday already, as always, for 2 meals. And a part of that, I have already started working for an assignment from a company which invited me to the first call 2 weeks ago, and now I'm in the second round. They sent me an assignment, and I am so much enjoying working on that. It's so fun. And I'm using ChatGPT, and I'm preparing plans, and love it. It's my job. So yeah, I will continue tomorrow. For today, I'm exhausted because the technician for the heating came. He was supposed to come at 10. He came at 2 o'clock, I guess. So I worked, then he came. I was there with him while he checked the heating and didn't find anything, of course. What else? Then continued to work. No, then I ate something, continued to work, prepared myself, went to the event, came back now, and it's 9:30. So yeah, take off the makeup, change, and then dinner. And then couch with a good book. Dinner! Buongiorno. Today is another day where I work on this assignment for the company where I'm in the second round for the position, and I'm really enjoying it. But I wanted to show you something. Mom, you're one of my favorite parents. Isn't that sweet? Mainly because she only has one. So I told you that I am sending a postcard every 2 weeks to my daughter, to her flat, so she finds a hug in a mailbox. And she started doing the same a month ago, more or less. And it's so nice because she has postcards with, I'm just taking nice postcards with a nice pattern or picture on it, and then I write my love to her on the back. But she buys postcards with a lovely message already printed on, which is so nice.
And this one really made me laugh so hard. And the funny thing is that knowing how our energy works between the two of us, and so often it happens that I am writing her a message and before I can press send, she calls me. Or, I'm thinking of her and she writes me a message. So we have this connection. And I think that we were writing our cards for each other last week, Thursday. I guess it was Thursday. Maybe even at the same time. Because you remember I went to Zurich. Do you remember? No, I still have to tell you. That was a funny thing. She had to wake up in the morning at 8 and I am her backup, let's say. She has her phone ringing at 8 o'clock and I call her. And if it's very early, I just call her, then hang up and turn around and continue to sleep. And on that morning, I called and called and called and she didn't answer. At 8:30, I was so mad that I stood up because there was no way of me getting back to sleep anymore because I was angry. And I went on calling her on WhatsApp, on FaceTime, on real phone call, nothing. And I had heard about this bug on the new iPhone software that during the night, the iPhone just turns off and then turns back on, but you are supposed to put the pin in. But you can't because you're asleep. So your phone is dead. Which is particularly a problem if you have, if you're working for firefighters or nurse or whatever, you have to respond to the phone if there's an emergency and your phone is just off. So I had heard about that. So at a certain point I thought, must be this, but I was not sure. So at 11 o'clock, I just thought, okay, I have to go there and knock at her door because, yeah, of course, I guess nothing bad happened. It's just her phone, but you never know. And I sent her a message saying, I'm coming to you. And it took a few minutes. So I saw right away that the message had been sent out. But it took a few minutes and then I had the second check mark saying the message has arrived to her phone. But of course it didn't become green or bluish or whatever color it is to say she has seen it. But I wanted her to know if she had a problem, a physical problem, whatever, if she had a little bit of fever the day before. So maybe, a mother has a whole lot of sceneries coming to her mind when something is not perfect. So I was not in panic, but what should you do? So I wrote her a message, went to her home, which takes me an hour. And then I even asked myself, what if I ring the bell and knock on the door? Because we always have the key inserted in the key lock from the inside. So I couldn't have got into it. So I would have had to call the police or the firefighters, I don't know. Anyhow, I went there, I rang the bell, I knocked on the door and she opened and she was shocked to see me there. And point was, her phone was dead. So the day before, I had put a postcard for her in the mailbox here in my village. And I was at her home for that day and went back home in the evening. And she wanted to give me the postcard that she had written for me. But she already had put a stamp on it. So I said, no, I want you to put it in the mailbox and send it to me regularly, so I have this nice surprise in my mailbox then next week. And I guess the two of us the day before did the same thing. And it would be so typical for us. Anyhow, it's not raining. Wow. But it's gray and foggy and dark and blah. So no walk today. There's no way I'm going outside in the cold. Blah. But I will work on my mailbox and then work on my assignment. And by the way, I checked my wildcam again. Look at these amazing pictures. Grass. 2 days later, grass. 5 days later, grass and the roses. Grass and the roses. And then a cat. Grass. That's it. So I don't know, do I really get to see every single wild animal that is walking through my garden when I look at them? I doubt, because I am reading or watching videos or movies. So I don't know, I don't understand. And it's frustrating because I would like to see some animals in the night on my wildcam. But yeah, okay. Let's try one more time. At least I know it works. And while I was outside putting back the SIM card into the wildcam, the birds started chirping at me, which I translated into, "We are hungry, feed us." Okay, as it's not raining by now, I'm gonna do that. Well, I still have the roses here. Look at this marvelous ginkgo. He is so beautiful. Look at that color. He is far taller than the house by now. And he was so small when I got him. Yeah, it's autumn or fall or however you call it. And I'll go back inside. So after having worked again on my assignment, I will now start preparing my dinner. And yeah, if you want to know how the story with the chairs continues, just continue to watch my vlog, will you? Thank you for your company. If you like that video, leave me a like, please. Subscribe to my channel, and you can also watch my recipe videos. And in any case, be kind.